man from the United Kingdom has been arrested in Westlake after allegedly trying to meet up with a 16-year-old girl.
On October 24th, 2022, 21-year-old Brick Hill owner and Mushimity CEO Alexander Spacebuilder Dunn was caught by police with a 16-year-old at a Barnes & Noble near Crocker Park in Ohio. Today, we're going to dive into the events that unfolded that day and dive into Spacebuilder's questionable and predatory behavior in the past and inquire what's next for Brick Hill. Before we start, just as a trigger warning, this video mentions child behavior and grooming, as this is not the first time Alex has done questionable things with minors. Anyway, that's enough rambling. Let's jump into the video. I told myself to refrain from speaking out against anybody at Brick Hill and talk about serious drama after realizing how stressful and annoying it was. Back in 2019, I nearly made a series about exposing bad Brick Hill users. However, recently, something that I just can't say I didn't expect happened. Spacebuilder, who I'm going to be referring to as Alex from here on out as he doesn't deserve that title anymore, was exposed for being a pedophile after meeting up with a 16-year-old in real life. Now, back in April of 2022, you may remember that he was exposed for trying to solicit nude pictures of children, specifically 13 and 14-year-olds. This was somehow excused after he claimed that he was drunk. Which, by the way, being drunk should never be an excuse for literally anything, as it's your choice to be drunk. Anyway, this drama nearly shut down Brick Hill, as people like to say, and created a lasting effect. We'll talk about all of this in the first section of the video, which will be specifically about that April incident, which is where people truly realized just how predatory and dangerous Alex might be. So on April 16th, 2022, a doc was released by former staff members Charisma, Yassine, and Ezcha, revealing very disturbing events that occurred a few months prior in a group chat with many witnesses. It showed video and photographic evidence of Alex basically just being a creep, asking a 14-year-old he met on Roblox voice chat to show her breasts, and asking her other 14-year-old friends. Alex directly mentions her age, so he was completely aware of what he was doing. Keep in mind, he was 20 years old at this time, and he was finding literal teenagers on Roblox to groom. And he was doing this in front of many other people too. The funniest part of this were his excuses. The main excuse he had was obviously that he wasn't sober, as he was drinking a lot that night. Another excuse he made was that he didn't know there were people under 18 with voice chat on Roblox, despite them saying their age once they were on Discord. I don't know, it all just seemed fishy at the time, and literally everybody on Brick Hill agreed. The chat on the Discord absolutely blew up, with most people spamming Max for CEO, as Max1, the lead social media representative at Brick Hill, was seen as mature and fit for the job. Calling him the Brick Hill CEO was also previously a meme, though that would be taken literally once this event occurred. Anyway, the document created by the 3 former staff members was deleted shortly after it was released, with an apology replacing it. If you ask me, I definitely think Alex threatened to sue them for slander. Charisma and Yassine, by the way, are just teenagers, so it'd be a pretty difficult situation for them to deal with. After a while, however, a lot of people just forgot about the situation completely, though it was brought up many times after it occurred. You would think Alex learned his lesson after all of this, but boy oh boy would you be wrong. Anyway, let's move on to Ohio. I'm going to be going off of the police report, as it literally explains everything that happened from start to finish. So basically, a security officer in Crocker Park, Ohio, contacted the Westlake Police Department because of a custody issue between a 16-year-old girl and her father. For the story, I'll just refer to this girl as Sarah. So, Sarah had been missing for a few days and had not been answering her phone. As it turns out, Sarah spent those last 2 days in a hotel with Alex. It was also revealed that Sarah had recently sent nude pictures of herself to Alex. Since she's only 16, that would mean that Alex received, Notice how I also said pictures, not just a singular one. Now, before I continue with the police report, just envision in your mind what you think Alex and Sarah were gonna do in a hotel that Alex flew over 3,600 miles to pay for with a minor. They definitely weren't there for the hotel food, I'll tell you that. Anyway, after the officers were asking questions, more questionable things were revealed, such as the fact that Alex paid for their Uber and that Sarah losing her phone was actually planned. Now, in the police report, Sarah denies any sexual activity occurring during her visit. Assuming she's being honest, that's truly an amazing thing to hear. Even though the age of consent in Ohio is 16, which, by the way, if you use Ohio's age of consent law in an argument, you're probably just a pedophile, there'd still be an issue with the pictures received from Sarah. Anyway, Alex then told police that he did indeed receive those photos, though they were unwanted. Weird, considering you flew 3,600 miles to meet the person who sent them. And to end off the situation, Alex asked one of the officers if having nude pictures of an adult on his phone was illegal. I just wanted to add that because I kind of found it funny. Anyway, let's go back to that one big question. What's next for Brick Hill? Everything Space Builder themed on Brick Hill is already being replaced. Hats, graphics of him on site, everything. Even his account got banned. So it seems Brick Hill is going to continue without a CEO. However, it'd be kind of weird because who's going to pay the client developer? They've been being paid a mighty fine amount of money for years now and really haven't been able to make a finished product. Do they stick with them? Do they find somebody else? Do they hire more asset developers? What about the site in general? Isn't everything under Alex's name? The domain and whatever? In the official Brick Hill statement, they did say that their intention is to never shut down and that they'll continue to the best of their ability. Though, you have to wonder if it'll even work out. As somebody who's taken many breaks from Brick Hill purely because of how boring and lackluster it's been, this made things worse as everything is just gonna slow down. A change in CEO was always played off as a joke and was never meant to be serious. Though now that Alex has been forced out of that position, and rightfully so, Brick Hill's getting the biggest test they'll probably ever encounter. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. I want to know what you guys think this means for the future of Brick Hill, so please have a discussion either in the comments or join my Discord. I've been looking at it sometimes and I would really love to debate with you guys. But that's gonna be it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as it took a lot of research and editing, and I haven't uploaded in a while, but this was just so big that I felt like I had to cover it. But anyway, like the video, subscribe, whatever. I'll see you guys later. I take 2 breaks from Brick Hill and Alex is exposed for being a pedophile twice. Nice.